Hey guys, this is Cruise Roy with the Turnigy 9X, and I bought one of these V911s. I don't want to say from where, but it was only 19 bucks for the bind and fly, and they say they bind and fly with the Turnigy. So I figured, you know what, for 19 bucks, who cares? What happened was I got it in, and lo and behold, the batteries for the TREX, I have a TREX 100X. The batteries do not fit the V911. So I was like, man, what do? Do I buy a new charger and a bunch of new batteries? And I bought like 24 or 25 of these little chick-lick batteries for the 100, so I could kind of fly all day if I wanted to, but they do not fit the V11. So I said to myself, what's the easiest way out of this? And I did a little photograph type tutorial on how to change the skids. These are a TREX 100 skid setup, and the batteries do fit, and it takes some soldering, and the original V1 has a screw here, the TREX don't, but believe it or not, it's basically the same frame setup and very simple to do. And now I can use all my TREX 100 batteries, which are 160 milliamp hours compared to the 120 that come with the V11. So I got two goods out of it from replacing the skids for $6. I get a lot powerful more battery for longer time, a lot more oomph for flying, and a longer tail boom. So this guy, I think, is a little bit more stabler than the TREX for holding the tail, because the boom is probably like a ½ inch longer than the TREX. And plus, I can use all the batteries and charger from the TREX in this unit, and plus it does bind to the Turnigy 9X. Turn the Turnigy on. I'm going to turn on the gyro. And remember, after you put the battery in any one of these, you're not supposed to have big giant hands. But anyways, when you put the battery in, you want to get it down on the table level before it binds. There we go. Now, what I wanted to show you here, I'm just watching my dog run around here, the speed on the servos on the V911 are so much faster than the TREX. Don't know why. It's a lot cheaper model. I paid 75 bucks for my TREX and 20 bucks for this one. So let's give it a whirl. Attack of my pug here. But what I noticed is it holds a lot better than the TREX. A little bit more agile, so you can do the DR to slow it down. I have a lighter battery in it right now, so I'm going to put my trim a little bit more forward. But the tail holds better than a TREX too, and I'll land in my garden. Did a little nosedive. I was not high enough. But it seems like because the tail's longer, the pyros are nosies. Don't fly in a tree today. But if I was to review it against my TREX, the tail seems to hold a lot better. And I don't know if it's the length of boom or just the gyro setup. You know? But like I said, the servos are a lot more agile. This thing's a lot quicker, so you can slow it down with your DRs if you want. Forward flight. like a mosquito. Now, I don't do that with the nitros, but like I said, this thing is like a lot more agile, so you got to move it a little slower. Where the TREX, they're constantly fighting the tail. Where this one, I'm not really fighting the tail, so I can do my forward flights and stuff without worrying. Without worrying about playing with the tail. So I don't know, I really hate to say it, but I always wanted a TREX, and I mean 450 TREX or 500 would have been nicer, but the only way you see tail drifting on this is when you know your battery's getting low. And of course that's normal on the TREX, but the TREX is doing it all the time. It's got massive tail drift. So I just wanted to show you guys outside, and I just wanted to come outside. It's not as windy, so I mean, don't crash into the garden. But the battery's getting low, so now she's doing tail drift, which is normal. You have one battery. There it goes. She's going to drift right to the ground here. And we bring it in and try to do a landing here, Captain. Don't crash into the pole. There we go. Alright. So, this is Cruise Roy. Pull the battery. Shut off the radio. Cruise Roy with the V911. Since I changed the skids, a lot more power. The tail handles a lot better than the TREX 100. I do have the TREX. I bought this so I could, between batteries, take turns, because if you go battery after battery, you burn up these motors. And it's a real pain to resolder these in and make it look right because of tiny wires. But you know, so this is the V911, longer tail boom, and I changed it to TREX 100 skids so I could use the batteries. So this is Cruise Roy with the Turnigy 9X binded to a V911, and I'm out of here.